Hey, I'm live here on Broward Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. Not too far from where I live. I'm going to... Now! 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 Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now!
Justice!
Now! Shut it down, monsieur.
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Who? Ben.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Can I speak to you for a little bit?
Sure.
What's your motivation behind this protest?
I mean, same as everyone else. I'm heartbroken to see people dying. I'm terrified when I see police. My partner is Mexican. I don't know if they'll shoot him. So
Oh, that's right.
I just feel that it's important for me to also be here in solidarity.
Okay, awesome. What's your name?
My name's Kara.
Kara, I'm Shazz. Thank you so much for sharing. I gotta catch up with the rest of the group. As you can see, people are passionate and concerned about what's going on in the community. It's not a black thing right now. Right now, it is a humanity thing. So, if you are saying there's only one race, the human race, then you just can't sit back and allow this to happen and not do anything about it. We have to come out and say something. As a matter of fact, they're in front of the Broward, I think this is the Broward Sheriff's Office, is where the assembly is. So I'm going to assemble with them myself. I guess it ended. Let me
in Ft.Lauderdale, so I began organizing with a group called Food Not Bombs. We share food with the hungry every week.
Yes.
Food Not Bombs. So, and they often organize with Black Lives Matter Dream Defenders when that, all
Very good,
started.
because I know that they were arresting people for feeding the homeless in Broward County. Okay.
We're currently in federal court. Our case hasn't started yet, but people have had to do depositions, and myself, someone else that was here, and a few other people were either arrested in person. I was given a written arrest, so I'm still going to calendar calls for that 2 years later.
Okay.
Violation of outdoor food distribution. But they've also passed what we call the camping ban. Their laws against panhandling, and they do this all over the country.
Right, and then people are poor.
Yeah, and that's what we call it, the war on the poor. We had two protests on Friday against the Downtown Development Authority, who are a lot of business owners that own businesses on Los Olas and actively push these laws into effect, these ordinances that are passed by Mayor Jack Seiler. And I could go on and listen.
Right, this is because I'm saying a lot of the problems that any society faces in terms of crime or other things, a lot of it is based on the amount of poverty you would have in that particular area.
And how much they take advantage of people in those situations, and how they create the illusion of separatism that, material things are so important in our society that we are taught to look down on those that don't have what we have. And we work with the homeless on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and we see what they go through with having everything they own thrown away, with being beat up by the police, with being told to leave. And I've been to some of the city meetings even where they just they say, oh, well, if we send, 5 people to every city in the county, then, that will decrease the population, and there's representatives from every county going, well, no, we don't have room. We don't have the room in the shelters, while buildings sit vacant right there.
Exactly, abandoned buildings.
But they can't, and the statistics and the fact there's numerous studies that say it only costs $12,000 for an entire year to set a person up with a home and a social worker, while if they're on the streets, it's over 300,000 or 30,000 in jail. It's 100,000 to house them in jail. Only $12,000 to give everyone a home and a social worker. It's ridiculous, and they make money off of it. And,
of course.
And they use the tax dollars for that.
They make money when they're in jail, so that's why they keep.
Yeah, and like James was saying, like St. James was saying about putting people to work in prison, arresting. You know, it breaks my heart to know that I have faced, you know, made mistakes in my life, and I mean, of course, I'm grateful that I wasn't punished, but it breaks my heart to know that someone of color would have been punished to the full extent of the law, whereas myself, you know, being Caucasian, and I see examples of this all the time. People given light sentences.
It was broke my shoulder.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a massage therapist.
Okay.
But yeah, I see, you know, hear examples of this all the time, and see examples of it all the time where people are dying for no reason. There's no reason, and they call it militarization of the police force, but yet the military has like 5 different things they do to de-escalate a situation, even when they're at war. When they are in war, during war, they do not shoot to kill immediately.
Right.
They have like 5 steps that they take to de-escalate, and like this sign right here, this sign that says de-escalation training now.
Yes.
That's what we need. That's what we need instead of, you know, more money for riot gear. They don't need money for riot gear. They need sensitivity training. They need workshops to break down the bias. And like everyone was saying, they need to be in the community. They need to learn how to relate to people, because unfortunately bias is unavoidable. You know, you grow up on the east side of 95 or the west side of 95. It's like 2 different worlds.
Exactly.
And
And the thing is, you're bringing up great points there, but when you think about the vicious cycle of how racism, white supremacy is designed to create these separations, to create these biases, to create discrimination, to keep you divided, knowing good and well that if you came together, there is going to be power in unity and unity in the numbers. So they try to avoid that. The only way we can combat that is by replacing injustice with justice. See, people fight for every right. You know, people are fighting for gay rights, animal rights, all kinds of rights, abortion rights, right to live. But if they fight for human rights, every other right will fall into place. And at the end of the day, it's about recognizing that you're taking a human life. When you take your gun and shoot somebody that's unarmed, and then you concoct a story, and the camera shows something else, it is ludicrous, it's disrespectful, it's disregarding, it's demeaning, and they really show us that they don't care about who we are.
It's devastating. They get away with everything. They think that badge makes them invincible.
Yes.
And they have, you know, shoot at will, and because there's no consequences.
See, but their job is to make sure that the big corporate execs serve and protect the big corporate executives so they can continue to get paid. Because if you're going to arrest people and you're going to put them in prison to work for below minimum wage, because I as a business person couldn't pay somebody below minimum wage, I will go to jail. But you will put somebody in prison and pay them a few cents per hour to do corporate jobs.
Absolutely.
Okay, to manufacture, whether it be glasses or to be doing calls, be a call center person, customer service for American Express or whatever, and they're doing these hard jobs or normal jobs for menial pay. And that's where the whole corruption and the controversy is, because it's a conspiracy and it's a big vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. Like I said, if you want to kill an elephant or you want to eat an elephant, where do you start? One bite at a time. If you want to get rid of the whole black human race, how do you do it? One life at a time. Okay, and that's what's going on. But, you know, I'm thankful for people like you. Like I said, it's the young people that are going to do it, because they're not going to see too many old people out here. I'm probably, a few of us.
I was really happy to see, you know, the people in the yellow shirts with their yellow signs, and even the guy in the wheelchair. Like, how awesome was that? That brought tears to my eyes.
Right.
Brought tears to my eyes.
I didn't know anything about the protest. I went walking. I don't think when I left my house you guys were here. But now I'm coming back and I saw all of this activity and I said I have to get involved. So that was good. And now I'm on the email list, so I will be informed.
Awesome.
Okay, so Kara, take care.
So glad that
Okay,
we
honey.
met.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you again.